The Hard Rock name is known worldwide. The Hard Rock Park's roots are local. Find out what it's all about coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Holiday Inn Hard Rock Parkway. We're focused on the grand opening of the world's first rock and roll theme park. And we're visiting with one of its lead local investors, Dick Rosen. Good morning, Dick.
Good morning.
That's the Hard Rock Park.
That
Absolutely.
Long time coming, but
exciting time. How are you feeling? Today's the day.
Very excited.
You've got to be.
It's been a long time, but I think it's worth it.
Oh, God, yeah, and of course the sound check kicked off there on April 15th, so a lot of great time to get everything checked out early on. So you all have worked out some of the kinks, and then the park really opened full bore on, I think, May 9th, and now the real grand opening now.
It's a dream come true for all of us.
And one of your world's favorite bands, the Eagles, performing tonight.
They're probably one of the best bands that ever has been in the U.S.
Yeah.
The Beatles and some of those, and Led Zeppelin, they're from across the sea, but the Eagles are tops.
World renowned. Yeah. Not just U.S. renowned. I mean, no, they are big from the U.S.
But they are from the U.S.
Absolutely, being from the U.S., but being world renowned. Of course, the Moody Blues tomorrow night. I'm sure you're getting shivers. Viewers can't see it right now, but seeing the...
it's hard to believe. It really is. It was a struggle, but I think it's worth it.
I think this location we're sitting in is a great testament of the idea of the significance of Hard Rock Park. When you think about a place we've always known as Holiday Inn West, which has now changed their name to Holiday Inn Hard Rock Parkway, a great testament to what you all are both doing now.
And they got two folks that do check-in counter when they had one part-time before.
Oh yeah, they're ready.
But that's serious. I mean, concept, that really is what I think we're going to bring to the community.
Right. You know, we think about the steps leading up to today, and so much has to happen when you're thinking about kicking off a $500 million anything, let alone a $500 million theme park, and it being the first of its kind. Dick, can you give viewers a sense, just real quick, about yourself? Were you originally from the area?
Yes, I'm from Georgetown, and been here for Myrtle Beach for 34 years.
Wow, a Georgetown native that came back to the Strand 34 years ago. That's tremendous. That's tremendous. Well, just guide us a little bit to leading up to today, June 2nd.
Well, two guys really got Tim Duncan and myself. I think you've talked to Tim before.
Tim was with us last month.
John Binkowski and Patrick Henry. They get the credit for the concept. And they needed a lot of credit too. That was I think that's why they looked for us. But John really had the idea, and Patrick was very much involved in all the property.
Right.
And they were trying to find some folks who would invest in something to develop this property, which is, the Bishops had great ideas years ago, but it just didn't happen.
Right.
They did a lot of infrastructure development, which was great for us. It saved us a lot of money. But it really was dead.
Right. Fantasy Harbor.
Fantasy
the area
Harbor.
Over there, right.
And then really John and Patrick, conceptually, they're the ones that came up with the ideas. Mm-hmm. And they got, John got Steve Goodwin and
Felix
Mussenden involved within a year or so when we started. I don't remember the exact timing.
Sure.
And
What date are we talking about? When did you all actually kick this off? I mean, when
about
was
100 years ago. About 7.5 years.
Is that right? Yeah. And you can remember some of those early meetings, I guess, as y'all were getting everything put together.
Stephen was consistent. Every meeting we had, the price went up about $20 million. But I mean, the concept expanded.
Right.
And we talked to a lot of different people. And Hard Rock didn't come in until, I'm not sure, a couple of years after we started.
Right.
May not be exact, something like that.
Right.
And I think people have heard the story that John asked Stephen how he might John thought about hard rock. He said, how do you get in touch with hard rock? Right. I know, have you heard this story?
No,
and,
no.
Stephen said, well, go next door and knock on the guy's door, because Oliver Mundy's the guy that runs the hard rock restaurants and the activities in the States.
You are kidding.
And that's really
that's what he did.
True story. And he went next door and said hello.
Yeah, Hard Rock had done so many other things, of course.
Well, in the restaurant and the casinos.
Right,
and,
hotels. But had never done, clearly, a theme park, the first of its kind, right here.
Well, this isn't Hard Rock's.
Oh, yeah, no,
Hard
I
Rock's
understand.
is a
Y'all are
company.
just licensing
We
the
have
name.
a license,
Sure.
but they hadn't, they hadn't. And they were quite excited about it.
Right, right. Absolutely. They've got to be. And to think about how you all have laid this out, so it's not all just from a series of years, but instead laying out countries or regions and music.
Well, we at different times when money was pretty hard to find, we talked about doing pieces of it. And actually, I didn't think that would work. I thought it had to be something that was special, unique, and would be something we could all be proud of, but it wouldn't work. Mm-hmm. And so I convinced everybody else that, or we convinced each other, as probably really happened. And we decided to try to do the whole thing, and I'm really pleased with what happened.
Oh, yeah.
It's a first-class operation.
Dick, and of course, when you think about the footprint there is obviously right of the park, 55 acres, but a much larger footprint, 150-plus acres that you all are working with. The opportunity clearly to expand upon it and to continue to grow and build more things surrounding the park. There's ample room for growth.
Well, we think that it can't, nothing can be stagnant. It won't work. And the plan would be, once we get through tonight and tomorrow night and get things rolling, as we hope, then we got to start planning on the future, because it doesn't happen overnight.
Oh, yeah.
And we need to have new things, and we will.
Absolutely. A lot of folks just want to know right now, can I still get in tonight? A lot of folks wait. As you know, we're in Myrtle Beach. Folks wait till the last minute. Obviously, even our viewers in the PD and southeastern North Carolina, I understand all the seats, the handful of seats that were available are sold out for the Eagles tonight and the Moody Blues tomorrow.
Well, there are standing room where you can sit on a bench or on the ground.
Sit in the grass,
bring a towel or whatever. They are available.
Okay, great.
And if you buy them at 10 o'clock in the morning, you can spend the 2 days in the park.
Yes.
Not just the concerts and the festivities in the evening.
Right.
So those particular local people might want to come. It's worth doing, because it's a really good deal.
Absolutely. If they haven't already bought an annual pass, that's right.
Well, the annual pass will get you in up until 6.
Right.
On the Eagles Day,
today.
But I think tomorrow they'll let you stay.
They can stay around.
But you can't hang around.
Can't get right
I
up
don't know
on
how
the
they're
Moody
going to
Blues.
control it. But
I'm sure there'll be some ways to handle that. But obviously today, as you say, for annual pass holders, they can come in and stay there till 6. Got to leave after that. But for folks who are buying the pass today,
they can use it for the whole day.
For both days, and obviously be there for the show tonight, which is tremendous. Standing room only for the Eagles.
It is. I'm sorry, but we didn't have so many seats.
Oh, yeah. Well, the great thing is that you got a venue that would even have be able to fit the crowds you're going to have there tonight.
And I'm not probably qualified to make this statement, but I will. But the acoustics out there are phenomenal. And there's music all over the park, so this obviously is the coup de grace, but there's music everywhere, and it's good music. Throughout the park.
Throughout, absolutely. Does the music change in different parts of the park? Okay.
As you walk through the park, it changes to represent the area you're in.
Right.
And we have the British area and the cool country, and born in the USA, and a lot of different areas, and the music is different in all of them.
Absolutely. Give us a sense for viewers. Again, we were obviously there in the Country on the Rocks. We were there in the cool country area. In the old Ice House Theater, or the old theater that Ice Castle that John had originally purchased, I believe, from Patrick, and got him to the area early on. But as we were in there and interviewing a lot of your key executives for the kickoff week back on April 14th through 18th, we learned a lot about it. For viewers who may have missed that week, just what are they going to find if they're coming for the first time, Dick, today, if they come out at 10 a.m.?
Well, the most spectacular thing is the Led Zeppelin roller coaster, and that's the marquee event. But there are a lot of live acts. There are 4 other roller coasters too, and lots of rides. But there are many, a number of live shows.
Right. Yes.
There's a gymnast, which is
the roadie stunt show.
The roadie stunt show.
Yeah.
There's an ice show, which is really quite nice.
Country on the Rocks.
There's a Malibu beach party.
Oh, yeah. You've seen them all.
I've seen them all.
Oh, yeah.
There's another live show. My mind's gone dead.
Oh, yeah, you and me both. Those are the three that really stick out.
Those are the most significant. But there are other things. There's a building that you shoot soft rubber balls at each other.
Yeah.
Adults take their kids in there, and I think the kids don't get to play. The adults end up playing with them. And they're fun things. There's one of these balloon type that you crawl through, and they're really, it's not the ordinary. They're really much bigger and much nicer. Right. And I'm not totally objective, but they really are.
Oh, yeah.
They're really spectacular.
You do have the ability to stand back because you've visited a lot of parks, I'm sure, in the past, and to see the commitment you all have made. To hear even Governor Sanford say the largest direct investment in tourism in the history of the state of South Carolina, the largest direct investment is a big deal.
It's a big number.
It really is a big deal. And, of course, it wasn't just y'all, as you said.
No.
You clearly had to have the original local involvement to get the ball rolling. But y'all were able to turn to some folks on not only the national but international scene to help raise this almost $500 million.
Stephen and John and Felix did a lot of work with different investment groups, and we have to give them credit. I mean, Tim and I got involved, and I think maybe lent some credibility to the process. Right. And we bought the land, so the land was a very valuable asset in the negotiation because it is a unique piece of property.
Oh, yeah.
It was, as I said, saved a lot of money. But there was a gentleman in New York, and he was interested in it. He got his buddy, who had some contacts with companies in Israel.
Right.
Some of whom were in the amusement business, some were mostly they were in the real estate business.
Right.
And they were very excited about it, and they put in. Actually, if you talk about money plus property, the two groups, the Myrtle Beach group and the group in New York, put in about the same amount.
Is that right? Wow.
I don't think anybody's ever said that before, but it comes
No, I'd never heard that.
Comes pretty close. Mm-hmm. And then the bank put up a lot.
I'm sure the bank
sold a lot of bonds.
That has to happen. That has to happen.
But the credibility came, the thing that the real estate folks in New York really, other than just the money, the credibility to get the banks to lend us some money.
Right.
And as you said, the international part of it is pretty significant. That doesn't happen too often.
Not for investments. Maybe in some parts of South Carolina. Clearly, South Carolina's been blessed, as have both Carolinas been blessed in some international significance. Of course, you've been tied to a company that has a substantial international presence and a big stake here. AVX's commitment and benefits to the area have been tremendous.
I think we tried.
For many years, yes. And speaking of that, of course, you had been instrumental in helping to bring AVX, I believe, its corporate headquarters down to Myrtle Beach. Is that correct?
I think a few years ago we talked, and I said they wouldn't hire me when I got out of school, but they gave me a job later. Yeah, we brought, they asked, how do you decide where the corporate headquarters is? And it's wherever the CEO wants to live, and I was fortunate enough to become CEO, so we moved it.